Okay, I'm here to give you my WWE Smackdown 23rd, November 23rd, 2012 review. This wasn't a bad Smackdown. I actually did enjoy this show. Um, but TNA video, I'm not gonna make my TNA video this week. It was shit. That's one of the reasons I'm not making it. Plus, it's Thanksgiving. I was fucking tired. I didn't really feel like it. So I'm not. I'll get it out next week. Um, so let's get back to SmackDown. So the commentators for this show is JBL and Josh Matthews. But they really need to get rid of Josh Matthews on commentary. Not anything against the guy, but they need to get someone better than him. They need to. What they should have done. I don't know if Jim Ross wanted to stay, but I think he probably wanted to stay. Jim Ross should have stayed. With Jerry the King Lawler, and then Michael Cole was with JBL to SmackDown. I actually did like that pair, so that was good. But first, it tells you what's going to happen, kind of like what TNA does, shows you everything that happens. I do like how WWE's starting to do that now. Then we get Miz TV with John Cena. Now, Miz with this Miz TV, I'm fine with this. This Dolph Cena feud, like this AJ scandal, isn't really a scandal anymore. Miz kind of got me interested in it. Because he just got me interested in it. For some reason, when you get the guys that can actually talk on the microphone, I don't hate, I get into this stuff. Because Miz and Ziggler are over with the crowd. Miz is just going into that babyface route, and Dolph is going into that, well, he's still in that heel route. But Miz introduces John Cena, and he brings up the fact about John Cena getting his knee hurt. John Cena and that John Cena AJ kissing. This pretty much was just looking at this now. It was pretty much just a recap Raw, to be honest with you, because that's all they really did with it. But Miz asks Cena what the condition of his knee is, and he says, if you haven't been on Twitter this morning, and I haven't been because I just didn't get the chance to go on it. But he tweeted that his knee is hurt because he got an MRI, and he can still compete, though he just can't do basic twists and stuff with it. Then Miz asked Cena about this AJ scandal, if any of this stuff, all this stuff, and that if you have been telling the truth that you didn't do the stuff with AJ, then do you still feel the same feelings you do now with AJ after that kiss? And he says he just did that to get people things to talk about. And then he asks if he has feelings for AJ. AJ comes out, they go to say stuff, but then Cena says he got this. He says that he didn't mind kissing AJ. He thought AJ was a great kisser and a hot chick. Well, he said something like that. Then Dolph comes out and he says that after what I did to you, if I had been the Miz, it's obvious that John Cena is falling for AJ. It's obvious. How can you not see that? Then John Cena, then he shows him talking trash about AJ and attacking Cena. He says that then Vicky comes out. She says that Cena and AJ are together. But then Dolph says that he doesn't mind kissing people. In fact, but we still are undetermined whether Vicky's a girl or not. Dolph says that he wouldn't mind kissing AJ, but he wouldn't want to. Then Cena says that Vicky eats nuts, but Dolph still needs to find him. Then the promo ends, so it wasn't a bad promo. Then we get Ryback versus Darren Young with Titus O'Neil on commentary. When it went to commercial, it started a WWE.com ad. Just a typical Ryback match here. Ryback just gets all the offense and pins Darren Young off the shell shock. Then he attacks Titus O'Neil. Typical Ryback match. Then we get R-Truth versus Antonio Cesaro. Wasn't a bad match, but should have been a little bit longer. Truth ends up getting the win with the pay dirt. Then Sheamus is backstage. Booker T says that he doesn't want Sheamus there tonight, but he doesn't think it was. He thought it was uncalled for Big Show to get himself intentionally disqualified. So he booked Sheamus versus Big Show in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he tells Sheamus to go up to the skybox and have a few pints with some friends of his. Then yeah, Sheamus asks if Big Show's going to compete tonight, and he says yes, he's going to compete against the tag team champions, Team Hell No. Then we get Sin Cara's backstage going to his match. We get Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. Wasn't a bad match, decent match at best. Sin Cara did a high flying move to Del Rio and Sin Cara on the outside. Del Rio knocked Sin Cara off the ring, dominating him a lot. Sin Cara got some offense in, and then throughout this match, the commentary also got me into this match because JBL always trashes Josh Matthews. JBL Josh Matthews said that they both went in and watched the Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler match. No, Randy Orton and Del Rio match from in the 2 out of 3 falls match. He's like, hey, don't think I was in my own private room. You were just somewhere else. Don't think we hang out together. I thought it was funny. JBL always finds a way to put him down. Then he also puts him down by saying, see, he's in there with the former WWE champion. He shouldn't be used to competing with tag teams. But then eventually Sin Cara goes to get on the ropes. Del Rio does an arm drag off the ropes, then transitions it into the cross arm breaker. Then he pins Sin Cara. Then he makes Sin Cara tap out and wins the match. So that was fine. Let me get Team Hell No backstage. This was hilarious. Daniel Bryan says that stay out of my way. I beat Big Show in 45 seconds to retain my World Heavyweight, to win the World Championship. Just let me take him. But then he says that Kane teamed up with the Big Show and he was still a whiny big man. So you guys should be a tag team named Team No Show. And he's like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Then he's like, this is because I didn't invite you over for Thanksgiving. And then Kane says, maybe. Then he says that he wouldn't find any fun that we were having vegan turkey. It's like, vegan turkey, what's the point? Like, what is the point? It's so turkey. And I don't even think that exists. Then he's like, okay, if we win this match, Daniel Bryan says that they win this match, we invite Kane over for Christmas. Then Kane asks if he can beat up Santa Claus, and he says yes. Then we get the match between Big Show and Team Hell No. It was a decent match. Bryan did the sleep of the Big Show, did that DDT choke. Then he kicked Big Show a bunch of times. Big Show eventually just caught him into a side slam. Then he tags in Kane. Kane does a little bit of a hot tag. Then goes for the choke slam. Bryan tags himself in. Kane just takes a walk. Bryan tries to get the bell lock on him, but can't. Then Big Show counters to a choke slam and wins. During this, Sheamus and William Regal are watching from the skybox, so that's the friend he chooses. He says that, Big Show cuts a promo and says, did you ever think that you would see a giant with a steel chair? And then that was pretty much it. Then we get the Slam of the Week. It shows the Kofi Kingston and Damian Sandow match from last week. Then we get Kofi Kingston defending the Intercontinental Championship against Damian Sandow with Wade Barrett on commentary. This was a decent match as well. Sandow really went to work, but I knew Kofi Kingston was going to win when Wade Barrett came out there because I knew he was going to be the next opponent. But Sandow put Kofi's back into the apron, did the souvenir elbow. Kofi Kingston did the SOS crossbody. Then eventually just hits the 12 in Paradise for the win, which was fine. Then Wade Barrett says that Kofi Kingston's just going to be another member of the Barrett Barrage. Then we get the WWE 13 ad that it shows CM Punk's championship celebration. We get talent responses for Ryback interrupting it. Then we get Dolph Ziggler versus Randy Orton, and though it shows the day ad. This was a great, decent match as well. Ziggler and Orton just fought for a little while. Ziggler then eventually just pins Orton when he went for the RKO and holds the tights. Then Orton RKO's Ricardo Rodriguez. Then has a face-off with Del Rio. Then Cena STF's Ziggler on the stage. So that was pretty much it, guys. See you later.